Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, iRacing fans from around the world, welcome to Friday Night Flights, brought to you by KMA Racing and Blaze Pizza. If you haven't ever had a Blaze Pizza, get down there to your local Blaze Pizza. Check them out online. Check them out in their shop. Big shout out there to Greg McClendon for the sponsorship of Friday Night Flights. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we sit out here at Atlanta for 100 laps. It's going to be a good night out here. Great night for racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway Oval. Great weather, clear night, 75 degrees. 100 laps. These drivers need to get through out here tonight. Qualifying very important out here tonight at Atlanta. Drivers are currently running in their qualifying laps. Much like Talladega, you want to be out there in front here at Atlanta, especially when you are running out here with 100 laps. Most powerful cars we have out here within iRacing, we've got the Toyota, we have got the Ford Fusion, we have got the Chevy SS. Qualifying times will be coming in very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, big shout out there to the fans out there. This is KMA TV coming back onto the grid after a 2-week hiatus to deal with a newborn baby. Big shout out to the fans out there. Big shout out there to Pad. Keep Pad in mind. We will be having our monthly race for Pad coming up very soon. Drivers have finished up their qualifying laps, sitting out there on that front position tonight. We do have Steve Dutz. Steve Dutz taking that pole with a 26.384 side by side with Donald Stewart. Steve Dutz with 26.384, Donald Stewart with a 26.424. Position 3 belonging to Sean Mulchuk, side by side with Everett Lane. Everett Lane representing Fast Lane Racing in the number 24 Mountain Dew. In 5th position, RTK Motorsports, Ronald Klein, side by side with the number 19 of Donald Sadusky in the Autism Awareness car. Great support right there. 7th position belonging to Edward Bray. Edward Bray out here tonight representing Blacktown Racing and KMA Racing. Big shout out there to Edward Bray, side by side with the number 22 of Lee Staples, teammate with Blacktown Racing. Sitting in 7th and 8th position for Edward and Lee. Sitting back in 9th position, we have Brent Kill, side by side with the number 3 of Mark Jackson. Nice looking patriotic car right there with the upcoming holiday. Sitting back in position 11 is Robert O'Neill. Rob Haynes sitting in 12th position in the YouTube number 12. Position 13 belonging to the number 90 of Craig Kenny representing Channellock, side by side with Freeman Kelly in the number 23 tonight. Position 14. Position 15 belonging to Sean Brown, side by side with the number 31 of Eric Stiles. Invalid. Position 17th belonging to Dave Acacia, side by side with Paul Pellizier. Dave choosing not to get out on that track. I believe he had to leave for personal reasons. Paul Pellizier in position 18. Position 19 belonging to the number 21 Tyler Chalk, not on grilled, side by side with Steven Slicker. Position 21 invalid, Maurice Johnson. Gary Whitmer Jr. sitting back in position 23, side by side with Kevin Scott Nelson in the number 224, invalid as well. Joel Guy near the back of the field, along with Danny Rudy and Chris Hogue in the rear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to kick her off. 100 laps out here tonight at Atlanta. This car is in, and away we go. Ladies and gentlemen, and away goes Steve Dutz. Steve Dutz, our pole sitter tonight, already out here making something happen. Timing will be everything out here tonight at Atlanta for 100 laps. Drivers are off to a really great looking start out here. Mark Jackson already early on having his hands full. Big shout out there to Mark Jackson. Drive the number 3 Patriotic car, working his way up to the number 22. Straight line formation very early on. We'll not see a lot of 3-wide action out here tonight at Atlanta. 3-wide just is not going to take it off early on. Steve Dutz out there, huge lead. Steve Dutz just completely pulling away. Steven Slicker. Steven Slicker, an independent racer out here tonight. Big shout out there to Steven. Doing a great job so far, staying in the back. Being very, very careful. Trying to get up there to his buddy, number 90, of the Craig Kenny. Teamwork, not really going to be a big deal out here tonight at Atlanta. Hard to get that draft going up. We are going to see some high speeds, but in these Gen 6s, going to be looking at a little bit more letting out, driving with the wheel. Definitely don't want to get into much braking capabilities, but as you are coming into these corners, you're going to have to decide whether or not to hit those brakes or slower down with the wheel. Hitting those brakes will definitely slow you down and save your tires. Going into those corners hot and heavy will burn those tires up. Man against machine, man and machine must work hand in hand out here tonight at Atlanta. Tire wear, very critical. Steve Dutz leading the first 5 laps, being chased down by Sean Molchek, Ronald Klein, and Donald Stewart. Ronald Klein putting on a good show out here tonight as he does try to get around on the inside of the number 15 of Sean Molchek. Sean Molchek letting out a little bit. Close quartered action there with Ronald Klein and Sean Molchek. Sean Molchek almost up into that wall, getting a little spooked as the number 78 of Donald Stewart. Side-by-side action with Ronald and the number 15 of Sean Molchek. Great action right here early on lap 6 of 100. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these drivers are getting warmed up, and so am I. What a race, side-by-side action. 76 and 15, 78 watching out from his front windshield. Watching it all develop, going for a ride here with the number 78 of Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart watching those 2 Chevy SS's rocking and rolling here on lap 7. Donald Stewart just waiting to get that hole. He can sneak it up through that center. Going to let out of it a little bit. Coming around the number 15. Got a big run on that inside lane. Sean Molchek shutting that front door on the number 78 of Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart going to try to make it one more time around and under. Ronald Klein in the black and green RTK up on that high side, sliding up to that wall. And that will lose position for Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein onto the rear end of the number 78 of Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart running down the number 15 of Sean Molchek. Like Tom Petty says, he is running down a dream. And there goes Donald Stewart side by side with Sean Molchek. Sean Molchek watching the number 78 of Donald Stewart. Sean Molchek going to the inside. Get a much better view of this race in action from the cockpit of Ronald Klein. Sean Molchek, Donald Stewart. This is like Mike Tyson, Andy Vander Holyfield trading off blow by blow, and one way or the other, folks, they are running down Steve Dutz. Jumping back into 5th position, taking a look at number 66 of Edward Bray. Edward Bray coming up hard and fast onto the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Now, interesting position here, folks. Ronald Klein was up there battling hard and heavy. Right now, Ronald Klein is watching Sean Molchek, Donald Stewart, and now Edward Bray. He's in a challenge for position with Edward Bray. We talked about that tire wear. It is possible, as they say out there in the world of NASCAR. Has Ronald Klein burned up his stuff by lap 11? We talked about the entry points. We talked about those exit points. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, we're going to get you in the state of mind. These drivers, oh, caution is out. Taking a look at the number 5 of Gary Whitmer, getting in a little bit of trouble right here. Maybe yes, maybe no. No, sirree, Bob. There was contact right there with the number 91 of Joel Guy and Gary Whitmer. All right, we're going to get that backed up and take a look at that. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, hard one to call right there, but look at how the number 6 of Chris Hogue in that Napa car breezes right by. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to back it up one more time. Take one more look at it. Looking at the number 91 of Joel Guy coming onto the inside. I don't know, racing action right there. Both of these drivers, very reputable drivers. Nonetheless, Gary Whitmer taking the hard hit on that one there on lap 12 of 100. Back up to live action. Steve Knutson, the number 1 tied, going for his round of his first pit stop, unfortunately under caution. Lap 13 of 100, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Knutson, the number 1 tied in that number 1 position. Donald Stewart right behind him, showing his love for Bud. Big shout out there to Bud and the number 78 of Donald Stewart. Now, Gary is fortunate tonight. He does have one reset. Not sure if he's going to have to use that reset, but nonetheless, he is available for that one reset. So, Gary's night is not over, but it might put him into that lucky dog position. Time will tell how this will all work out.
These things are bad.
How about it, Steve Knutson? Have you got a copy, sir?
Yes, I do.
All righty. Can you feel the pressure, brother? Can you feel that heat? You started out here in position 1 underneath first caution. You're back in first place. Boy, you had a big run out there on the front. Talk to me about that big run.
Yeah, these cars are bad fast. A couple guys set this car up for me. It's just bad fast right now. This thing, somehow we got the pole and qual. I don't know how we did it, but we somehow did it. But car we tug off really well, and then I think we burned our tires up a little bit, so we're going to go a little conservative on this run, just to see if we can save some tires and maybe put on a good show.
All right, copy that. We're looking at the Monster Camry Tide. Talk to me a little bit about the paint job.
It was just something I found on TS that was pretty cool. It's Matt Kenseth old paint scheme for Joe Gibbs. He still runs it this year, but just thought it was pretty cool, and shout out to all the painters out there in TS. Real nice, real thankful for helping me pick out some of these paint schemes. It's just been real cool, real fun.
All right, copy that. Good luck to you, Steve.
Thank you.
Time for one more very quick driver interview.
And
How about it, Ronald Klein? Have you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All righty. First off, big shout out there to the Green and Black RTK Motorsports. More importantly, I had a question. We had those cameras on you. You were up there in position 2 and 3, battling hard. Then all of a sudden, you lost sight of Steve and you lost sight of Donald. Was tire wear coming into play early on, or were you just backing her off, anticipating something?
Actually, I ran a little bit too much tape at the beginning of the race. I didn't get a chance to fully test all the different tape configurations, so the engine was getting a little warm. I had to back off. That was the only reason.
All right, copy that. Now, you have brought up a new word for our race fans. We've never talked about tape. Educate us real quickly about what the tape. What are you talking about, tape?
On the radiator, we have tape, and generally we run a fixed setup. On tonight's race, we get to play around a little more. We got a open setup, so it allows us to close off a little more air to the radiator, and allows a little more downforce. Allows us to get through the corners a little better.
All righty, great information there, ladies and gentlemen. Not only do you get a good race, you get a good education. All right, good luck to you, RTK.
Thank you, sir, and I want to give a big shout out to Scott and family and baby Chloe. Hope everything's going okay.
All right, thank you very much, sir. It is. Alrighty, big shout out there too. Ronald Klein, RTK Motorsports. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've had one caution. We have had no lead changes. Steve Dutz out here being a dominating factor out here at Atlanta. Big shout out there too. Blaze Pizza. If you've never had a Blaze Pizza, ladies and gentlemen, are you living in America? Get out there and check out a Blaze Pizza. Subway style as far as the way you fix it up. Just walk down that line and I want this and I want that. Big shout out there too. Greg McClendon, Blaze Pizza. Steve Dutz lined up side by side with Sean Molchek, Donald Stewart, Edward Bray advancing his position up into 4th position. And away goes Steve Dutz. Steve Dutz already loud. Big run out there, side by side action with Sean Molchek, Donald Stewart, Edward Bray, and Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein was talking about that tape. We're going to talk about that just a little bit more. Basically, what that does is the more tape you use, the less air. Oh, Edward Bray, contact.
Caution. Some debris somewhere.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to back that one up and see exactly. Was not expecting that one there, but that was the number 66 of Edward Bray coming into contact with. Well, let's see. A little bit of contact right there, ladies and gentlemen. Saw those sparks up on that wall. One more time, and Sparky. A little bit of a spark, and then the number 99, I do believe, getting into the side panel of Edward Bray. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back, take that. I want to take a look at that from the cockpit view there of the number 99. See exactly what he was dealing with right there. Going to back it up one more time a little bit further. The number 99 of Brent Kill as he does come around. A little bit of contact up there, seeing Edward get up high, and well, nowhere really for either driver to go. All right, unfortunately, back-to-back cautions. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll put us on lap 18 of 100, and that'll keep Steve Dutz and Donald Stewart one more time, I do believe, out there into pit row. But no, actually going to stay out. Gary Whitmer sitting in pit row. Always like talking to my very good friend Gary Whitmer. How about it, Gary Whitmer? Have you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Scott?
Doing good. I know Mom is a little bit worried about you out there. You got caught up into that first caution. Walk us through what happened and what shape you're in. I do believe you're on the lead lap.
Yeah, I'm on the lead lap. I think I slipped up, come around that turn, and the one behind me didn't check up soon enough. It got into me. Had to use a reset.
Alrighty, but you are alive and on that lead lap. So what would be your strategy now, knowing you have lost your one backup vehicle? Are you going to go hard or go home? Or are you just going to hang out? Talk to me about what your plans are.
I'm just going to hang out because it's going to probably get slicker as the night goes by. It only lasts about 8 to 10 laps, and then it really starts to tighten up.
Alrighty, copy that. Another terminology word, tighten up. We talked about tape earlier. Tell us, fans, what you're talking about when you say it's going to tighten up.
It wants to push to like towards the outside wall when you go to turn.
Alrighty. And I tell you what, we're talking about these cars like they are the ladies of our lives. Big shout out there to one of the ladies in your life, Becky Whitmer, out there on that KMA TV chat. Good luck to you, Gary.
Yep, and also shout out to Scott and his family for thoughts and prayers to the family for Chloe and everybody involved.
Thank you so much, Gary. I truly appreciate that, brother.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do got to give a big shout out there to my teammates, my friends, and my fans out there. That is 2 drivers, actually, that have given me a shout out, and my family. So, wow, you know, we had a big weekend here. Just to give you an update, the little baby Chloe, she is doing better, breathing on her own. So they were doing a bunch of measuring on how much formula she's taken, and she got to sleep in a crib, and she actually has to spend 90 minutes in a car seat before she can go home. I don't understand that one there, but hey, car seats are a great thing. But nonetheless, more importantly, here at KMA TV, in KMA Racing, we talk a lot about family. So big shout out there to my family for taking care of me and my family. But what a night. Big shout out there to my daughter. She went in the hospital Friday night, had the baby Saturday morning, got married Saturday afternoon. Not too many ladies that would do that, but hey, that was my little daughter. Tell you what, she's pretty badass. Alrighty, back up here. We got Steve Dutz, Donald Stewart making his way up there into position 2 for what will be our our second restart of the night. Now, so far, Steve Dutz, Donald Stewart, Ronald Klein, Sean Molchek, they've been pretty good driving tonight. They've done a great job. Steve Dutz leading 20 laps of the 100. Steve Dutz trying very hard to stay out there in front. But I tell you what, Sean, Ronald, Donald Stewart, we have got the number 24 of Everett Lane peeking up here into the front line. We've still got Brett Kill, number 68 of Rob Haynes. Steve Dutz better stay up there in front, because if not, these drivers, they are coming for him. They got his number. Ah, there we go, race fans. Steve Dutz not able to get that big jump he had in restarts past. Donald Stewart all over the rear end, side by side with Everett and Sean. Ronald Klein very strong in third position. Big move there by the number 99 of Brent Kill, chasing down the number 15 of Sean Molchek, but right now going backwards, number 19 of Donald Sadusky in the Autism Awareness, having to do a little bit of brake checking up there in front. Everett Lane putting on a good show there with the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Looking at the number 15 of Sean Molchek, utilizing just about every bit of this track that he can. He is up, he is down. What a powerful looking vehicle right there. Big shout out there to the number 15 of Sean Molchek, showing his support for the troops. Make sure we have a very safe holiday weekend coming up. Looking at the front end of the number 24 of Everett Lane. Donald Stewart showing a little bit of right side damage. Nice looking shot of that front tire there by Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart looking a little bit damaged. Hasn't even got that. Well, there's the hood. Now he's freshening up. All right, ain't that magic how you can just refresh that car. Hey, big shout out there to Kristen Phillips. Kristen Phillips out here tonight rooting on Mark Jackson. Great looking vehicle right there in the number 3 over the top paints and designs. Big shout out there to Mama Patty, Kristen Phillips, and Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson tried to chase down the number 68 of Rob Haynes, sitting in 8th place. Rob Haynes on the rear end of the number 99 of Brent Kill and Donald Sadusky. Donald Sadusky showing his support for the number 25 of Ryan Sadusky. Ryan Sadusky recently departed as of last year, and the number 19 into the wall. Hard hit there for the number 19. Showing front end damage as he is side by side with the number 322 of Maurice Johnson. Maurice Johnson putting on a good show tonight for Johnson Racing. Chris Hogue falling in behind the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. On the rear end of Chris Hogue is the number 65 of Sean Brown. We are on lap 28 of 170 to go. 0 lead changes, 2 cautions totaling 8 laps. Checking in with our race leader, Steve Dutz. Not quite able to get that runway with the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein Keeping a much closer eye on the number 1 of Steve Dukes, Donald Stewart. Still putting on a very good show. Donald Stewart started second, right now in position 3, as he is up onto the rear end of the number 76 of Ronald Klein. "100 laps at Atlanta." Big shout out there to Blaze Pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, very special event. Due to my daughter's wedding and some computer glitches last Saturday, Donald Stewart tagging up onto that wall. This is not WrestleMania, Donald. Tag team action with the wall will get you nowhere. Nonetheless, tomorrow night, we are going to be having a redo of our Racing for Depression. Ronald Klein into the yard. Ronald Klein into pit row. That may spring that caution. Ooh, what a ride! Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we do know that's the number 76. Let's go on and back it up and see exactly what went wrong with the number 76. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Number 76, lap 32, sliding up track, tagging the wall, down into the grass, going to check in with the cows, back into the grass, through pit row, dodges the pace car, back up onto the track, nowhere to go, and oh my goodness, Gary Whitmer Jr., nowhere to go. Alrighty, that's wow. Unfortunately, that one there will possibly knock Gary Whitmer out of the show for the evening, but I do want to go for a ride with triple action right there. Gonna back it up with Gary Whitmer. Gary Whitmer unfortunately caught up into that. Just nothing Gary could do at all as we do rewind, and here we go, live action. Gary Whitmer running along and seeing that car, putting on those brakes, trying to stop Gary Whitmer. Unfortunately, that will do it for the night of Gary Whitmer Jr. Back up into front. Steve Dukes, still our race leader, sitting in pit row. Steven Slicker staying out on track, will advance his position. Unfortunate break there for Gary Whitmer. Absolutely nothing that he could do. He did everything he could do tonight, but unfortunately that will, I do believe, knock him out of tonight's race here at Atlanta. How about it, Sean Molchek? Have you got a copy, sir?
10-4, Scott. How you doing?
Doing good. Having a lot of fun up here watching you, watching Steve, watching Donald Stewart. You got some pretty stiff competition out here, but you three seem to have it hand in hand. Talk to me about what you three are doing right at Atlanta.
Well, we're racing smart, just taking it easy, giving each other room while still racing hard. You saw a battle first part of that first run where I had a good battle with Ronald Klein side by side for a good 3-4 laps, so hopefully get a little bit more of that with these guys.
Alrighty, talk to me a little bit about the paint job. Nationwide is on your side, but I'm seeing some red, white, and blue stripes. We're upcoming on a holiday. Is that something special out there?
Just felt be appropriate since Memorial Day's coming up. Just run some stars and stripes this weekend.
Alrighty, I tell you what, the troops appreciate your support. Good luck to you tonight. You started third, currently in second. You're halfway there, brother.
Yeah, thank you, and congrats on that. Hope all's well for that baby, Scott.
Yes, sir. Should be coming home this weekend, we're hoping. Thank you, sir.
Sounds good.
Sean Molchek out there running with his buddy Everett Lane in the Mountain Dew Chevy SS. So let's go on and talk to Everett, see what he's got cooking. How about it, Everett? Have you got a copy?
Hey, how you doing there tonight, Scott?
Doing good. Was just up there talking to your buddy Sean. You're sitting in fourth place. All right, give us the ins and outs here at Atlanta.
Atlanta's hot and fast. We like running here, that's for sure. And Sean's my teammate tonight, so we'll see if we can't put these things up in the front there at lap 99 and see if we can't battle out a win.
Alrighty, tell me all about the number 24 Mountain Dew.
Well, the 24 Mountain Dew we're running tonight. I seen it run at the All-Star race that Chase Elliott ran last week, and I really like the colors, so I figured I'd run it tonight.
Alrighty, you're looking very sharp. Good luck to you, Everett. Fast Lane Racing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going to restart her off one more time. We are 35 in, 65 out. No lead changes tonight here at Atlanta. Steve Dutz being a dominating factor out here, but Sean, Donald, Everett, they have caught on to his game. Ronald Klein unfortunately caught up into the second caution, 3 laps down. But I tell you what, Ronald Klein was running Steve down, holding his own there with the big boys of Atlanta. 3 laps down, though, that may knock Ronald Klein off that podium finish for the night. Hard to get back 3 laps at Atlanta, but it can be done. Steve Dutz, Sean Molchek, Donald Stewart, Everett Lane, Rob Haynes, rounding out our top 5. Pace car is in. Steve Dutz on that outside lane this time on that start. Sean Molchek getting a big boost from his partner, the number 24 of Everett Lane on that inside lane. Rob Haynes coming around. Donald Stewart losing a couple positions right off the bat. Side-by-side action with the number 90 of Craig Kenny and the number 99 of Brent Kill. Craig Kenny with a big arc up high, coming back down. Brent Kill getting the big run. Brent Kill getting a big run on the number 78, having to back her off, and here comes the number 90 fighting back. Craig Kenny in the number 90, representing Channel Lock. Lee Staples in the number 22, side by side with the number 322 of Maurice Johnson. Lee Staples, a part of Black Talon Racing, running with his teammate Edward Bray. As Maurice Johnson does have a bigger run, got a car up in the wall in front, going to lose his momentum. Number 22, Lee Staples, taking down the inside lane, coming around the possible damaged traffic of the number 99 of Brent Kill. Definite damage on the number 99 of Brent Kill. Taking a big hit on that right side. That will definitely affect your performance out here at Atlanta, as the number 22 will come racing by, but Brent Kill fighting back on that outside lane. Not quite sure how Brent is still holding that Ford Fusion up. 2 Ford Fusions side by. Well, there's your problem. We got 2 Ford Fusions there side by side. They ain't gonna get nowhere like that. Looking at the number 65 of Sean Brown, possibly wanting to squeeze up through that center as he gets a big push there from the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Great action here between Sean Brown, Donald Sadusky, the number 22 of Lee Staples. Number 14 sitting back there watching it all happen. Checking it up front with Everett Lane and Sean Molchek. Sean Molchek sitting in second place. Almost got up to that rear end of the number 1 of Steve Dutz. But Steve Dutz now leading 43 laps out here at Atlanta. Very impressive out here tonight for Steve Dutz. Cornback checking in with a few drivers towards the rear of the field. Looking at the number 91 of Joel Guy. Joel Guy started 25th, currently in 17th position, 4 laps down. Donald Sadusky started 6th and 16th. Donald Sadusky sitting at 2 laps down. Chasing down Ronald Klein for position. Ronald Klein sitting in 15th, 2 laps down as well. Last driver on the lead lap is the number 14 of Robert O'Neill. Robert O'Neill started 11th, currently in 14th position. Mark Jackson, position 13, started out in 10th. Big shout out there to Mark Jackson, still absolutely in it to win it tonight. Number 31 of Paul Pelizier started 18th, currently in 12th position. Paul Pelizier about ready to get inside some serious heavy traffic. Lap 46 sub 100, 54 to go. Riding shotgun with the number 31 of Paul Pelizier. Working his way up to lap traffic of Ronald Klein. Started 18th, currently in 11th position. Talking about some speeds here, looking at speeds of 182, 183, 189, 195, 198, well 200. They broke 200 on that backstretch up to 205. Give it a lap times of 27 seconds. Ronald Klein, 2 laps down. Not out of it though. Atlanta proving to be a very good night tonight. Halfway home with only 3 cautions. Steve Deuce, though, total domination out here tonight. Looking at the number 78 of Donald Stewart, trying to get up to the rear end of the number 22 of Lee Staples. Donald Stewart, once upon a time, 49 laps ago, sat back there in 2nd position. Lee Staples started 8th, currently in 8th position. Lee Staples batting a very solid 500 tonight at the halfway point. All right, ladies and gentlemen, very brief commercial break. Big shout out there to our sponsors out there, keeping KMA up and on the grid. All right, lap 52 of 100, 48 to go. 0 lead changes, 3 cautions, totaling 12 laps. Taking a look at our current updates. Rob Haynes, Sean Molchek battling it out for 2nd and 3rd position. Craig Kinney up into 4th. Sean Brown in 5th. Maurice Johnson sitting in 6th. First driver lap down. Ronald Klein 2 laps down on lap 54. Donald Sadusky, Joel Guy still in it to win it tonight. Gary Whitmer, Freeman Kelly, Chris Hogue, Edward Bray, Danny Rudy, Dave Acacia, Scott Nelson, Eric Stiles, Tyler Chalk out of it early on here at Atlanta. Craig Kenny working his way up to position 2. Representing Channel Lock. Getting in and around this 1.5 mile oval is everything. Have to save on those tires. No brakes necessary here at Atlanta till you get in and out of pit row. It's pretty much full throttle, almost a full throttle. You just got to let out a little bit, but you got to be kind to those tires. Hoping to see some green flag pit stops coming up very soon here with Craig Kinney and Steve Dukes sitting out here in a very solid first position. Steve Dukes making fast handiwork out here tonight at Atlanta. Craig Kinney doing everything he can to get up to that number 1 tied. Coming around the corner, sees glimpses of orange, and that's about all he can see. Sean Molchek, stone's throw distance back off the rear end of the number 90 of Craig Kinney. Started third, currently in third position. Got to be a happy camper right now sitting with those results. Number 68 of Rob Haynes challenging Sean Molchek. Sean Molchek all over the rear end of Rob Haynes. Side-by-side action here with these two drivers. Add up the number 65 of Sean W. Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, this is racing. Hey, big shout out there to Martha Tierheimer on that KMA TV chat. Wally not able to join us out here tonight. Martha hoping to see him tomorrow night. Number 15 still trying to work his way around the number 68 of Rob Haynes, making his way around the number 68 of Rob Haynes, as does the number 65 of Sean W. Brown. Rob Haynes losing 2 positions, fighting to save that last one, but still in a very good spot, side by side with the number 65 of Sean Brown. Number 322 of Maurice Johnson sitting back in 6th position. 7th position belonging to Everett Lane. Side-by-side action between the number 76 of Ronald Klein and the number 74 of Robert O'Neill. Robert O'Neill breezing past the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein fighting back on that inside lane. Looks like Robert O'Neill maybe giving it a little bit too much, taking that abuse on that tire wear. Robert O'Neill one more time whipping around the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein coming up onto the rear end of the number 24 of Everett Lane. Everett Lane challenging Robert O'Neill on lap 62 of 100. 38 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. 0 lead changes. Steve Dukes a dominating factor, and big run by Ronald Klein working his way around Everett Lane. Side-by-side action with Everett Lane and Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein peeking out. Ronald Klein getting the clear and free pass on Everett. Everett one more time fighting down onto that inside lane. Everett and Ronald Klein blow by blow on lap 63 of 100. But that's allowing Robert O'Neill to steal that lap away, gaining ground. Oftentimes, you lose time when you start battling it out one-on-one, as we just did witness. Everett and Ronald battling hard. Robert O'Neill taking advantage of that, And walking away just a little bit, side-by-side action one more time with Ronald and Everett. Steve Deuce would run tonight, but he has got his hands full with the number 90 of Craig Kenny. It's not uncommon for a driver to get out here and lead every lap. It can happen. It does happen. Depends upon how much time you've put in. Number 90, Craig Kenny into pit row. Craig Kenny running over the utility cone. Well, that's going to cost him $25. Craig Kenny in trouble in pit row, but what a nice little donut there. Craig Kenny into pit row, getting a cone, grabbing a donut. Green flag pit stop there for number 90 of Craig Kenny. Craig Kenny taking left sides, and Craig Kenny out on track. Taking a look at the number 65 of Sean Brown as green flag pit stops are starting to cycle through. Maurice Johnson, that will put him in position 2. Robert O'Neill in position 3. Robert O'Neill into pit row.
Save.
We were having green flag pit stop cycle, but unfortunately the number 91 of Joel Guy breaking a little bit loose, heading to the left, hitting to the right, hitting nose in into the wall on lap 68 of 100, bringing out our 4th caution of the night. I tell you what, ugly hit, but what a beautiful car right there being driven by the number 91 of Joel Guy. We were right there on the cusp of green flag pit stops. Actually had drivers inside of pit row. Well, that's going to change everything, folks, as the number 65 of Sean W. Brown does catch up to that pace car. How about Sean Brown? Have you got a copy?
10-4.
Alrighty, what a night out here. Everybody's doing a great job. We had green flag pit stops happening as that caution did fly. How is that going to affect your turnout tonight?
I think we'll be okay. Making some adjustments here, so car was pretty good. Just trying to take care of my tires.
All right, copy that. Looking good. Big shot out there to Sean Brown. Sean Brown sitting in pit row. Few drivers actually not opting to go in there to pit row. A few of them we do understand wanting to get their wave by or their lucky dog position. One of those drivers, Mark Jackson. How about it, Mark Jackson? Have you got a copy, sir?
Hi, Scott.
All right, first of all, big shout out there to you, showing your support for the upcoming holiday. Looking very nice out there in the red, white, and blue stripes by Over the Top Paints and Designs. Secondly, talk to me about your night.
Oh, man, we're just having fun here. Absolutely, we want to pay respect to our troops, and without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. They've been over there fighting these wars for us, kicking ass, and without them, this stuff just wouldn't be possible.
All right, copy that. We've got Mama Patty and Kristen Phillips out there on that KMA TV chat. Going to give you a chance to speak at them real quick.
Yeah, Mama Patty, they're up there watching in the stands, having a good time. We've been working on the car a little bit tonight, so trying to make it better, but it's been a little bit of a struggle. We're just going to try to hang on and bring home a good finish. just want to wish everybody out there a happy Memorial Day, all our soldiers, and mothers and daughters and fathers. And thanks KMA for putting on a good race.
All right, copy that, and good luck to you, Mark. Mark Jackson in the number 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one lead change for cautions. Totaling out 15 laps, lap 71 of 100. Lee Staples in and out of pit row. Lee Staples started 8th, currently in 3rd position. Big shout out there to Lee Staples as he does wind up through those gears. We're going to get him into the KMA TV chat box. How about it, Lee Staples? Have you got a copy, sir?
Hey, Scott, got you.
Alrighty, you started 8th. You're currently in 3rd. 4 cautions, nothing major. You're in good shape. How about it?
Not sure I've got enough for the win, but I short pitted there trying to gain an advantage, and I don't know, maybe it worked. I'm not sure at this point.
Alrighty, well, word on the track is you've already got 1 win in for the week. We're hoping you can get 2 for the week. Tell us a little bit about Black Talon.
Well, Black Talon is me and Edward Bray. We started the team a few weeks ago. We wanted something that was KMA exclusive only, so that's the story of Black Talon.
All right, copy that. Now, unfortunately, I see that Edward Bray already out and a few laps down, I do believe. But I know he's here rooting you on, sir.
Yes, he is.
All righty, good luck to you.
Thank you, Scott.
Lee Staples. Representing Black Talon, Sean W. Brown, Robert O'Neill, Lee Staples, positions 1, 2, and 3. Drivers are lined up, double file. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Sean Brown out there in front. Pace car is in. Sean Brown, big start out there. Leading the number 22 on that inside lane. Number 74, Robert O'Neill. Contending with the number 76 of Ronald Klein. 3 wide action early on. Has the number 74, Robert O'Neill, up there in front. Losing positions fast. Number 24 of Everett Lane. Sitting in position 5, being challenged by the number 15 of Sean Molchek. Everett Lane trying to chase down the number 90 of Craig Kinney. Coming around the number 3 of Mark Jackson. Big action out there in front. Ton of vehicle to work around for Everett Lane. Started 4th, currently in 6th. Coming up on the number 99 of Brent Kill. Brent Kill, 1 lap down. Everett Lane coming around. The number 99 of Brent Kill. Everett Lane, the man on the mission. Looking at the rear end of the number 90 of Craig Kinney. Looking at almost 3 wide action. Could very well be 3 wide action. Everett Lane working his way up. Very carefully having to check up. Getting up to the rear end of the number 99. Side by side with the number 322 of Maurice Johnson. 1 lap down as well. Everett Lane on the lead lap. Craig Kinney on the lead lap. But I tell you what, these lap traffic drivers, they've got as much right to be out here as any other driver. We have still got 23 to go. Big run on the outside for Everett and number 90. And the lap traffic of Maurice Everett back down to that inside lane. Where, oh where, is the fastest line. Everett Lane trying to work his way up through it. Side-by-side action there with the number 90 and the number 74 of Robert O'Neill. Robert O'Neill looking very good for 5th position. Red Tiffany looking very good for 4th position. Steve Dukes sitting in 3rd. Lee Staples actually taking up that number 1 spot. Lee Staples in position 1, trying to work his way around the lap traffic up. The number 76 of Ronald Klein has the number 78 of Donald Stewart. 1 lap down, first driver a lap down. Interesting position here for Lee Staples. Got lap traffic in front, lap traffic on his heels. Donald Stewart in a good position right now if that caution does come out. He is the first driver 1 lap down. If caution does come out and Donald Stewart does not get involved, he will get that lucky dog position. Right now, Lee Staples having no interest in challenging either of these drivers. Donald Sadusky going to slow that pack down just a little bit. Safe passage allowed by the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Rob Haynes, 1 lap down, sitting in position 9. Now the number 68 is in direct competition with the number 78. The number 78 giving a little bit of a boost there to Lee Staples. Donald Stewart, first driver lap down. He wants to stay ahead of the number 68 of Rob Haynes. But Rob Haynes tearing his way up through that track on lap 82. Side by side with Rob Haynes and Donald Sadusky. Donald Sadusky 2 laps down. Rob Haynes 1 lap down. Donald Stewart 1 lap down. Lee Staples leading. Sean Brown sitting back in position 2. Interesting stuff. The number 2265, positions 1 and 2. But the number 78, number 1968, they've got their own race going for position right here. So they've got to mind their manners with the race leaders. But they've got it right. 3 wide action. Number 19, Donald Sadusky. Number 78, Donald Stewart, almost 3 wide. Lee Staples, our race leader tonight on lap 84, having his hands full, watching the number 78 of Donald Stewart ripping around. The number 19. Sean Brown, position 2. In-car camera, riding shotgun with the number 65 of Sean Brown, looking at the YouTube Chevy SS of Rob Haynes. Big run up onto the rear end of the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Going to give him a little chrome horn right there, try to get a move. And we are coming up onto slower traffic up in the distance. That might be Ronald Klein with RTK. Going to stay in-car camera with Sean Brown. These drivers are racing hard and heavy, and Sean Brown seeing that inside door open, and he's going to take it. He's going to take it side by side with the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Sean Brown saying, "Yeah, leave it open. I'm walking in that door with a big run on the inside. A little bit on the exitway loss. Pushing the number 19 of Donald around that corner. Get my run in. Wow. Alrighty, I thought we were going to have a caution right there, but what a run there by Sean W. Brown. Steve Dutz on the inside. Steve Dutz wanting to get back up into that front line. Steve Dutz in 3rd position. These drivers are fighting hard and heavy here on lap 87 of 113 to go. Paul Pellizer making his way up here, but unfortunately 1 lap down. Donald Stewart still the first driver 1 lap down. Wants to stay ahead of Paul Pellizer. Paul Pellizer racing the number 78 of Donald Stewart. Contact. We still are green. No caution has flown. We are green, ladies and gentlemen. Had those cameras right on there with that contact with Paul, but we still are. Green flag racing. Sean Brown taking position over number 22 of Lee Staples. Sean Brown leading 11 laps tonight. Lee Staples leading 12. Steve Dutz, position 3, leading 66 laps. Looking at it up from the blimp, we have got Sean Brown in the white, number 65. Lee Staples hot on his heels coming around that corner. Steve Dutz in the yellow and blue tie. Lap traffic of the number 90 of Craig Kinney ripping past our second place position. We are on lap 90 of 100. First, second, and third separated by a little bit more than a stone's throw, but they are not out of it. Steve Dutz could make a comeback. Steve Dutz in third. Robert O'Neill in fourth position, racing against the number 15 of Sean Molchek for positions 4 and 5. Everett Lane, quite a ways back there, might have to settle for his sixth position. Rob Haynes, last driver on the lead lap, sitting back in seventh position. Everett Lane, position 6. Side by side with the number 15. Sean Molchek in position 5. Racing hard with the number 74 of Robert O'Neill. Caution is out. Looking at the number 3 of Mark Jackson, breaking loose. Nobody around him, but Mark Jackson experiencing a difficulty breaking it loose across that line. Trying to do everything he can to get her off the track and out of harm's way, but that will spring that caution every time. Mark Jackson, 2 laps down, currently in 12th position. That'll be a game changer out here tonight, folks. That'll put Sean Brown, Lee Staples, Steve Dutz, positions 1 and 3. We're going to take one more very quick commercial break, and we'll be right back to wrap up tonight's race. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Big shout out there to PAD. People Against Distracted Driving. If you haven't heard of PAD, you need to check them out. People Against Distracted Driving, working hand in hand with the Nikki Clemmy Foundation. People Against Distracted Driving. Put those cell phones down, ladies and gentlemen. The life you save might be your own. You can find more information at PADD.org. Alrighty, we've got 95 of 100 laps here in the books. Big shout out there to Blaze Pizza, Greg McClendon, for putting on our Friday night series. Lee Staples, Sean Brown, Steve Dutz, Sean Molchek, Robert O'Neill. rounding out our top 5. Lee Staples leading 14 laps, Sean Brown leading 15, Steve Dutz leading 66 laps tonight. Those are the only drivers that have led laps out here at Atlanta. Stay tuned tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Very special event. Fighting Depression, running 100 laps at Auto Club tomorrow night. Big shout out there to Lee Ryerson for making that happen. Join us tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Central. So these drivers have done a great job out here tonight. 5 cautions at Atlanta. A lot better than I thought they would actually do. We are on an open mechanic set tonight, so they had to work a little bit harder, had to play with a few more numbers, but they have put it all together. It's come along just fine. Going to be looking at a 3-lap shootout, and oftentimes these 3-lap shootouts, they can be a little bit scary, to say the least. Eight drivers on that lead lap. Maurice Johnson sitting back in 8th position. Rob Haynes, position 7. Everett Lane, position 6 in the Mountain Dew. Side by side with Robert O'Neill in position 6. Robert O'Neill on that inside lane. Steve Dutz on that inside lane. A lot of pressure out here on Lee Staples. With 3-lap shootout going down, Lee Staples is going to have to be focused. Pace car is in. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, to wrap it up. Atlanta, number 74 in trouble already. Robert O'Neill, big trouble for Robert. Oh, wow, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just freeze frame that, get that back up there to the eye in the sky. We do not know what went wrong with the number 74. Alrighty, took us by surprise. Give me a second here. Alright, getting back up into live action here with the numbers. Oh, there it is right there. Looking at the number 68. Now watch the number 68 of Rob Haynes. Expecting the number 74 to go. Gives him a little bit of a bump right there. And bumpsy doozy. And wow, that was, to say the least, a shell shocker. What a way to wrap it up at Atlanta. All right, let's take a look at that from the high eye in the sky just for kicks, ladies and gentlemen. Blimp mode. Here's the bump by the 68. There goes number 74 across the bow. Number 3, Mark Jackson caught up into it. Joel Guy caught up into it. Wowzy doozy. Well, I'm not sure if that's going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. But what a way to end a race right there. Well, I tell you what, let's talk to one of these drivers here underneath caution. How about it, Maurice? Have you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir, Scott. Go ahead. Your turn.
Alrighty, I tell you what, that was a little bit of a crazy restart right there. It wasn't much of a restart. Is that going to wrap us up tonight?
I believe they can stick a fork in us. We're all done, Scott. It's a heck of a race all night long, though. Some good drivers out here.
All right, copy that. Now, that should bring you home a very tentative position 5, which started out here in position 22. So you got to be pretty happy with your night.
Oh, I was tickled to death. Yeah, I just died my time there and saved my tires as much as I could and slowly move up through the field. No chance of getting those top guys. They were too fast for me, but I was hoping for a top 5, and looks like it worked out.
All right, you did a great job out here, Maurice. Anybody out here rooting you on?
All right, thank you, Scott. Appreciate it, man. It was a good race.
All right, have a good night, sir.
Good night to you.
All right, folks, that'll put us. That will put this puppy to bed. One more quick chat as we move up our ranks. How about it, Everett? You got a copy?
Sure do, Scott. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. That'll bring you home in position 4. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That'll be it for tonight. Looks like we're going to finish under caution here.
All righty, copy that. Quick shout out.
want to thank you, Scott, for everything you do over here at KMA, bud. We have a lot of fun over here, buddy.
All right, you did a great job out here tonight, Everett. Good job to you.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap us up here tonight. So how about it, Sean Molchek? You're going to bring home a position number 3. Talk to me.
Well, I don't think that's the finish anybody wanted, but I guess I'll take a 3rd.
All right, well, I tell you what we saw. We saw one driver get into the rear end of another driver and him cutting back across track. Luckily, you were able to avoid that, although your rear end does look a little bit shot right there. What did you see in your mirrors going on?
Well, I saw somebody on the inside get spun. I know, like the guy that was starting in front of me didn't really get going, so I bumped him, and Everett bumped me, so it was just a chain reaction.
All right, well, I tell you what, you did a great job out here tonight. You're batting .500. You started 3rd. You're currently in 3rd. Well, dude, great podium.
Yeah, I'll take it. Thanks, Scott.
All right, good job. Up in 2nd position, folks, we will have Sean Brown. How about it, Sean Brown? Have you got a copy?
I got you.
All right, position 2 from 15th. You started 15th into position 2. Talk to me about that last few laps.
I thought I was sitting in a good spot, Scott. I pitted on the outside there, and the leader didn't take any tires, so I just missed the start, and the caution came out. So was running pretty good. Car felt pretty good, just taking care of my stuff, and was able to move up through there. So I'm pretty happy with it.
All right, tell me about your sponsor, Crossed Up.
That's another team I run in the open stuff with. We've been together for several years, probably close to 10 years or so, and just a good group of guys that I race with on a regular basis. So nothing special, just a bunch of guys getting together.
All righty, copy that. Good job tonight out here, Sean Brown. Started 15th, currently in 2nd. Good job.
Thank you.
All righty, folks, but the man of the hour will be Steve Dutz. How about it, Steve Dutz? Talk to me.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, you got lucky. Talk to me about that craziness of that restart.
Well, it was just a guy in front of me had no tires. I was like, I gotta go. It's like this is for all the marbles. So I was like, I'm just gonna go. I didn't think he was he went off really well, and then it's just all of a sudden he just turned dead left, and I was like, oh, that's not good. And then I look in the rear view, and then the caution came out, and I was like, oh, please God, make me please be ahead of that 64 or 65. It was crazy. It was a hard fought battle.
I tell you what, you did lead out 70 laps, maybe a little bit lucky there in the last 10 minutes, but I tell you what, brother, 70 laps led, you earned it, you deserve it. Looks like the Tide Toyota brought you some luck tonight.
Yeah, this is a new paint scheme. I think I might keep running this thing. This thing's pretty fun to drive.
All right, copy that. Any final thoughts or any final shout-outs to any fans you got out there?
Say hi to all the fans out there, you guys in the booth. Congrats on everything that's happened, all the kids and everything. It's great. Congrats, Scott, on everything he's done. And we all understand that he had to take time off from this, but this is just it's been a great week for me.
All righty, good job, Steve, and we'll get with you in the after party.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap us up, and we're going to get right to those race results. Steve Dutz, Sean Brown, Sean Molchek, just 7 cautions out here tonight. 7 cautions, 5 lead changes. So we had a very good night out here, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, tune in tomorrow night for a very special event. And we will see you then. I am Scott Kolovic. This is KMA TV. And we will catch you tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen.